Morning all. Well, today I'm going to adjust the valves on this Mule. Don't know how well you can pick that up, but it's got a pretty good tap to it. So my game plan is I'm going to need to remove this wheel and the clutch cover so I can use it to turn the engine over. I'm going to have to remove this cover up here to access the top of the head, and I got to take the spark plug out. And to find top dead center, from what somebody told me, and it makes sense, is once I pull the spark plug and the top of the head off, I rotate the engine counterclockwise over and stick a straw down in the spark plug hole until the straw's pushed out and both valves are loose. That should be top dead center. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And yeah, had a fallacy when I added that tail light. It hits the exhaust, so I'm not able to use the latch under the bed, so I just have to prop it up. But that's fine. I'm not planning on using the dump feature of this bed anyhow. But yeah, it hits the exhaust down there. So anyhow, let me get to it and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I got this cover off. It can't come clear out unless I pull the exhaust system, but all I need to do is be able to reach this, and I've got my straw in over here, and all I got to do is be able to turn this wheel to be able to move that piston up, and I can do that. So yeah, so now the next step is to pull the valve cover off of it and find top dead center. Okay, so we're at top dead center, and I'm measuring the exhaust, which is this one right here, and 0.016. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty big gap. I'm going to get over and get on the intake now and see what I've got there. Alright, so I got the intake dialed in, and we are at 0.010, which isn't too bad. So yeah, I'm going to get on the interweb and look up and see what these are supposed to be set to. The other issue is I may run to town because I could not save the gasket. I don't think that valve cover's been off that engine since it was new. So I do have some silicone gasket stuff, but I think I'd rather run to town and just buy a couple new valve pan cover gaskets just to have them on there. Alright, let me go look up the specs on this and get them adjusted, and then maybe a trip to town. Okay, so I actually looked it up on the manual site, and the 10 to 15 is millimeters, and so what they're showing here, it should be 0.0039 to either 0.0059. So on my gauge, I've got it set to 0.004, and we are way wide. So I'm going to clean up the gasket area, go ahead and get these adjusted, and then probably go ahead and go get a new gasket for it. But yeah, that's why it's tapping. Them things are way out. They've probably never been touched. All right, I'm back from town. I went ahead and got two valve cover gaskets, picked up a new spark plug, and an oil filter. I'm going to change the oil while I'm in there. So yeah, I'm going to get back to it. Okay, I got them set to between 004 and 005, 4 thousandths, 5 thousandths. This little tool right here is key to holding that set screw while you adjust the 14 millimeter bolt to get it pretty much dead on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spin the engine over by hand a couple times and just recheck before I button the top back up. Alright, thought I'd show you before I button it up. I've got 4 thousandths and 6 thousandths. So let's get you down here. So the 4 thousandths, 6 thousandths stops. It's tight on this one, but that's as close as I'm going to get it. So I got it about 4 to 5 thousandths. So I'm going to go ahead and button this back up, and then we'll change the oil. All right, let's see how it sounds before I put that wheel back on. Now we got everything. We're in neutral. Oh, much better. Yeah, much better. I'll let it warm up. I still ain't changed the oil yet, so we'll let it warm up a little bit. I'll change the oil and go for a test drive. Yeah, that sounds way better than what it did. Well, it sounds and runs good. I'm going to have to shut the idle down a little bit. Yeah, it runs good, and I'm driving it, but it's idling a little high. So I'm going to go ahead and knock the idle down a little bit on it, and then I'm going to change the oil. All right, so I drained the oil. I did check it. It was right at the full mark. So I got 1,400 milliliter out of it. The Kawasaki oil is 946 milliliters per bottle, but the markings stop at 800. So I guess what I'm going to do is put 946 milliliters in, and then do some math and figure out how much needs to come out of this other bottle. But I'll end up pouring it into this bottle so I can measure it. All I have to do is put the oil in it. Filter's changed. I think I got the idle set down on it. So yeah, let me get some oil in it and run it around a little bit. All right, let's go for a quick test drive. It sounds a whole lot better. Yeah, it feels like it's got more power now too. Pull it up on the concrete, just make sure I ain't got no leaks now. Crap, I forgot to put that up there. That's okay, we got it. All right, let's see for leaks.